Hi everyone, Robbin here, one of the librarians at the Mattapoisett Library, with the 18th of my brief presentations of suggested books from a particular genre that I call Bitty Book Reviews with Robbin. This week I'm reviewing a genre I'm calling nonfiction titles that read like fiction. In other words, there are so many well-written books out there, you'll rush to finish them and learn about someone or a topic you might not have otherwise chosen. Again, get back to me with your thoughts via the contact information, which is on the last slide of the presentation, or go to the library's main page, mattapoisettlibrary.org, and click on Contact Us. So the first title is called Educated by Tara Westover. And Westover was brought up in Idaho with her isolationist family, and she didn't even enter a classroom until she was 17. This is her story, her quest for knowledge, and how it transformed her, eventually taking her to Harvard University and Cambridge University. It has been on the bestseller list of all major papers and was named the best book of 2018. The next title is The Greater Journey, Americans in Paris by David McCullough. McCullough explores in depth Americans who moved to Paris in the early 1800s to 1900. He follows aspiring doctors, writers, politicians, and more, including artists, all of whom we have heard of, but might not have realized the role that their time in Paris played with their success. This included people like Harriet Beecher Stowe, Oliver Wendell Holmes, Nathaniel Hawthorne, Elizabeth Blackwell, Mary Cassatt, John Singer Sargent, Augustus St. Gaudens, and many, many more illustrious Americans. It's lyrical writing, and you cannot put it down, as are his other historical nonfiction books, and I recommend him highly. The next title is called Island Practice, Cobblestone Rash, Underground Tom, and Other Adventures of a Nantucket Doctor by Pam Bellick. This is an unusual, interesting story of a one-of-a-kind doctor on the island of Nantucket who could apparently do it all, from diagnostician to delivering babies to performing surgery to being a detective and veterinarian when necessary. Some of his patients were the rich and famous, and some couldn't pay him at all. While some of his views are controversial, his dedication is undisputed, and it's an interesting read. The next title is called Mudlark, In Search of London's Past Along the River Thames by Lara Maitland. While many of us have walked the coast and the shores around here looking for treasures, Maitland walks the banks of the Thames for bits of history. And when I say history, I mean history. She finds them from 43 AD to the 19th century. It's for Anglophiles, history lovers, and treasure seekers alike. The next title is Other People's Dirt House Cleaners' Curious Adventures by Louise Rathgen. Rathgen, who has written articles that have appeared in numerous periodicals in the New York Times, somehow found herself as a house cleaner to earn money. She became interested in the process and the battle between dirtiness and cleanliness. Her observations and commentaries about her clients and dirt are at once funny and yet relatable to us all. The next title is The Stranger in the Woods, The Extraordinary Story of the Last True Hermit by Michael Finkel. Who could imagine someone could live alone in a tent in the Maine woods for 27 years and not be found? Author Finkel finds him after he is finally caught for theft and interviews Christopher Knight to try to ascertain why he did it and how he survived. It's a very interesting story. And finally, here are some other titles. There are just tons more, of course, but that you should try and see if they're to your interest. Between You and Me, Confessions of a Comma Queen by Mary Norris, Bleecker House by Nell Stevens, The Boys in the Boat by Daniel James Brown, Cottage for Sale Must Be Moved, A Woman Moves a House to Make a Home by Kate Hooley, The Devil in White City by Eric Larson, In Cold Blood by Truman Capote, Mayflower by Nathaniel Philbrick, The Orchid Thief, A True Story of Beauty and Obsession by Susan Orlean, Stone by Stone, The Magnificent History in New England Stone Walls by Robert Thorson, and A Walk in the Woods by Bill Bryson. Again, thank you for listening, and if you have questions, comments, or suggestions, please get in touch with me, and I'll see you next time.